10:03, we'll call this meeting Wichita County Commissioners Court to order. This time I'd like to, I'll call on Commissioner Barry Mahler to give the invocation.
Join me in prayer, please. Dear Heavenly Father, we come to you today being mindful of the celebration that we've just completed over the weekend. Some 240 years ago, some very brave and very wise men set forth to develop this country to become one of the greatest democracies that the world has ever seen. And we did that because you blessed that action and you blessed this country. And it's one of those situations, Lord, where we realize that we are a great nation because of your blessing, not in spite of your blessing, and we need that to continue. Lord, we'd ask that you would watch us as we move forward today and help us as we make decisions affecting the citizens of Wichita County. Thank you so much for the wonderful rain today. When it rains in Texas in July, we know that's a blessing from God. Thank you so much for the many blessings we have, and most of all, we'd ask that you'd forgive our sins. These things we ask in thy name. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you. You join me in the pledge, please. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Texas pledge.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you. Take seats, please. If I could ask the court to take action on the consent agenda, please.
Judge, having reviewed the consent agenda, I would make a motion that we accept it as presented.
I'll second that motion.
Thank you.
I'd like to point out our contributions to our senior citizen centers today are on the consent agenda. That's in the form of a match type deal, and it really does benefit our centers, and I just want to say how much I appreciated that.
I believe that's a 3-to-1, isn't it, Judge? Isn't it, or
It varies.
It varies.
When we first did it, we were one of the few counties that did that. It was real good.
Oh, that's right, because the total number was there.
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah.
So now that most counties have picked up on participating, it's knocked it down to where it's still a very good. It draws in better than $100,000 for that participation, but it was really nice when it brought in about $200,000.
Absolutely.
So, but we're glad to help out that way, and that will go into. But we want to get it done and send this to the centers to prompt them to turn in their paperwork, because we had one year miss that, and it cost them a lot of money by not meeting that deadline. And so we try to help. All of us can have those things happen. But that board and the director got everything together, and they salvaged that year. But it was tough. Okay. Any other comments on the consent agenda? Okay. Motion by Commissioner Mahler, second by Commissioner Harvey. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries 4-0. Okay, item number 1 on general business is review and approve the emergency and regular bills for payment.
So moved, Judge.
Second. Okay, motion by Commissioner Harvey, a second by Commissioner Gonzalez to approve the emergency and regular bills. Any comments or questions? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries 4-0. On that vein, we had talked about, and Nancy and I wondered when you all wanted to start doing those Friday morning work sessions where we'd all sit and review the bills.
I think she's got us scheduled for next Friday.
I started with the 15th.
Yeah.
All right, I just want to be sure to remind everybody of that.
What time?
10.
If you all are, for something comes up you're not going to be able to attend, be sure and let her know so we're not waiting on you. Okay. Item number 2 is discuss, consider, take action to authorize payment of $48,020 to Local Government Solutions for First Track of the county's data for Tyler Odyssey conversion project to be paid by transfer from 10409-4902 general fund contingencies to the line determined by the county auditor. Ms. Cully, you want to give any background on that for us, please?
Meredith wrote us our letter to submit to LGS requesting our data exports. She requested 5. So this is the very first extraction, which is, the cost is significantly more because it will be everything from today, present, back. And then each extraction after that will be smaller amounts, so it doesn't take as long or as many hours. Plus, this go around, they have to actually develop the tool to make the extraction. So,
What form does that come in, Ashley? I mean, is it a,
we requested it in SQL Server database. They are unable to provide that, so it'll be a pipe delimited. Basically, it's a text file like Excel, but instead of commas, it has like a hash mark between each field to understand it.
There we go.
well, Judge, we're budgeted and committed. I'd make a motion that we authorize payment of $48,020 to LGS.
Okay,
I'll second that.
thank you. Okay. Motion by Commissioner Muller, second by Commissioner Harvey to approve the item as stated. Any other comments or questions? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries 4-0. Item 3 is discuss, consider, take action to authorize the donation of road waste materials located on FM 369 to the Wichita County Mounted Patrol Arena. I think Commissioner Watts had
Yep.
asked on
Commissioner
that.
Watts called me, and what this is, Judge, is there were millings that were donated to the county by TxDOT, literally across the street from the Mounted Patrol Arena. We gathered all of the good material. The material that's still there has a lot of dirt in it, so we don't want it on our roads. So what this is just kind of the scraps that are left over out there.
Yeah.
And even though it had the dirt in it, they could use it across the street.
It would be better than their current parking lot in some
Yes.
areas, especially after
Yes.
you watch that rain during the rodeo and all. It'd be, you
Yeah.
know.
But there's not a lot there, and it's not valuable to us at all.
No, so, okay. So you make that in the form
I'll
of,
make that
What
motion.
about, would that be useful for the firing range? We'll build up the berms.
It's way too far away.
Yeah, it's a long haul. If it was
It is.
closer, it'd be a better,
if you had more available, I'm gonna say they won't get 100 yards out there. When I was
Oh,
looking at it,
no.
when I drove past there, they're not gonna get that.
There's not much there at
it's
all.
more of a sweep-up operation.
Yeah,
Okay.
and the only reason they can afford to do it is one of the active members is a contractor that has the equipment to do it.
Right.
So,
But I do make that motion.
all right, thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Okay, right, okay. Motion by Commissioner Harvey, second by Commissioner Gonzalez to approve the item as requested. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries 4-0. Item number 4 is discuss, consider, take action to accept buy board contract quote from Volvo and Mack Trucks of Waco in the amount of $115,623. That's an incorrect number. You received information and a correction to that. It should be for $133,115, and it's for,
For a new dump truck.
well, but it's also for a tandem axle larger truck than that one. And that's for a Mack. It's the right one, but the dollar amount was wrong. Mack model CHU 613 dump truck for joint road and bridge.
Can you see that back? I don't think that is the right model number.
Well, that's what's,
I'm just checking it. Oh, it's just CHU 613 tandem.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Josh, this is a 15-yard,
Yes,
No.
sir. 15-yard Davis body with a pintle hitch and has, basically it's going to be similar to the one that City of Wichita Falls purchased that you and Commissioner Watts looked at last year. So on the quote and everything, you show it shows the half cab protector, the LED lights, the
right.
and everything with the pintle hitch. So it'll be able to pull air brake trailers and electric brake trailers, depending on which trailer you need to have behind it at that time.
Judge, going through the buy board like this is where we can take advantage of getting up to a 6% rebate at the end of the year. Is that not correct?
It's figured into that, there's a fee. I think I haven't done the net out on that, but it still makes it, you still make money, save money, and it's a much better process than, or a lesser process, and then still meets the law without any doubt.
Well, this is the truck that Mr. Watts is going to replace too, if I understand it right. That was the ongoing discussion.
Right, one this year and one
Yeah.
next year. And
Judge, my only concern is that getting it through precinct 5, whenever we have it like that, it just seems like equipment takes extra wear and tear when, as compared to when the precinct has total responsibility for it, and they're the ones that are responsible for the maintenance, and whenever we get something from one of the other precincts, we wind up having to do a lot of work just to be able to use that piece of equipment.
Oh, you've been borrowing stuff from Mahler?
I don't borrow anything.
Me too.
Okay. I think just for the sake, I agree wholeheartedly. That's why I think y'all need to have a work session, talk over some of these ideas. Commissioner Harvey's been working on a project on county spraying to reduce the mowing. You need to look at that. Yet I see on this year the expectation to buy a new tractor and mower. I see that in next year's budget. Somehow those two ideas don't seem to go together to me. If we're going to reduce the amount of mowing, we ought to think over the process. There's still going to be some mowing, but we have to look over
You're
how.
3 years out.
Yeah,
You're 3 years out
from what?
from getting it to where we have to mow once a year.
Oh, okay. That's, all I'm saying is, need to be sure everybody understands the plan. And I really hope you all continue to have some meetings, you know, that you have a work session with your foreman and all, and you all start really working on looking at equipment density and best organization of that. And maybe, you know, what the commissioner's saying, if a piece of equipment belongs to everybody, it really is cared for by nobody.
Well, I thought we had already discussed that we were going to purchase this in precinct 5, but
I
assign
had-
it to precinct 4 in
Yeah.
our work session. I thought that's what we had decided to do.
I didn't know that we decided that. I know we had discussed it.
We
Well,
discussed it.
that's-
But,
Yeah.
Okay, does Jeff not have the money?
He
to
does
pay
not
for it?
have the money right now in this budget with some other purchases he made. That was what he told me when we met last week. And I asked him about it.
Well, it was my understanding that if I need it in precinct 3, it'll come to the driver,
Right. That's what I was told too. Yeah.
which is good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, you get one guy trained on that equipment.
And Ray, that's what you're seeking, isn't it? I mean, isn't that what the?
I'm just, yeah, for the upkeep of it and the maintenance.
Your point's well taken. You're exactly right.
Because we borrowed an end dump and we had to disassemble it and put new rams, new tires, new heads, new lights. Precinct 2?
You got it out of the back lot out
Out
there.
of the
It was
dump, out
junk.
the junkyard.
You wanted it, you knew it was junk.
Could I get a motion on the current problem?
Yes, I'd like to make a motion that we purchase a dump truck from the buy board for $133,115 for precinct 5. Joint Road and Bridge.
Okay. Is there a second? Okay. Okay, motion by Commissioner Harvey, a second by Commissioner Muller to approve the item as corrected. Any other comments or questions? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries 4-0.
I got a couple pieces I'm gonna send over to your place.
Yeah,
Hey, and he got that end up from Commissioner Norris,
yeah.
not Commissioner Harvey.
Hey, it's doing us the job, man. It's rebuilt now.
I'll bring you a couple pieces this afternoon.
Yeah.
If you need a sheep's foot roller, I've got it rebuilt.
There you go.
So,
Okay. Let's go to item number 5 is discuss and review jail work orders. Lieutenant Baumann sent us a summary. Thanks, Josh.
Thank you.
And
I tell you, the only thing I saw in that deal, the numbers I saw on we wanted to look at the potential of spraying that kitchen with that same material. Boy, that was extremely expensive.
yeah, $35,000 was
Good
their
grief.
preliminary estimate.
That seems
That's what I thought.
large to me.
I'm thinking that we could retile and regrout the entire room for a fourth of that.
I was hoping.
what's your downtime on that kitchen,
Well, that's
though?
the problem.
There's where you need to think about it.
And
Yeah.
prisoners don't need to eat every day.
I agree with that, but it won't be
Yeah.
really well
That's not what the
received.
jail
in all-
commission
yeah.
That's what the commission said.
But you've got to look, that's got to be a plan if that's going to
Yeah.
be the case, and say, okay,
You have to do it a wall at a time or something
Well,
like that.
you'll have to say, okay, what's the trade-off in other meal preparation and stuff, because you're probably not going to be using that kitchen for anything other than preparing sandwiches and very light cooking.
Right.
Yeah, because what they'll do is go to a cold menu and go to styrofoam
Yeah,
for whatever the duration is.
and with either process, you're going to have some of that, but I think if you retile it and all that, you're going to have a lot of that. So, that needs a little more exploration.
I was just hoping they'd come in about 10, Judge. That
We just
was-
need to go in there and rhino line it.
We actually tried that somewhere and it didn't work like
Oh,
we
it
thought
didn't?
it would.
It
No.
didn't stay.
Works good and better than pickup.
Yeah.
Can't scratch that stuff.
Sure does.
Anything else on those? All right. Okay, we do have any public comments? Anyone have anything to bring up? Yes, ma'am.
Judge, I was just going to update the court on our Tyler Eagle. Starting Monday, we have got the conversion. They will start reviewing the conversion between Tyler's and ACS. That'll be going on for the next 2 weeks. And then we will start training in August and go live at the end of August. Eagle.
Very good.
Have you all firmed up on how long you want both systems live?
We have discussed it. I think once we go live with Eagle, we will cut off with ACS.
So, okay, because we need to then send them notice like now.
I didn't know if Meredith was going to be doing that, and I'm not sure if she's in.
If you would find out exactly how you all want to do that, we need to notice them. We may not get any break on what we will pay them for September, October, November, December, because the contract was a minimum 1 year. I'm going to try some goodwill persuasion that they ought to consider. And then they can say, well, yeah, but we'll see.
Wasn't that a hit song in the 70s, Goodwill Persuade? No,
Yeah.
that was something else.
It was close.
Well, I know we did try to get it through September,
Yeah.
but I just thought I'd update you on
Okay.
that is moving forward. And as of right now, of course, anything can change.
Okay.
Hope not. And I will be in Austin next week at Election Law School.
Okay.
Are you teaching it?
One of the things, ask whether they see anything on the vote centers. Is there anything going to be proposed by the Secretary of State to help clean up some of that?
There is some cleanup on election stuff, but I don't, as of right now, I don't know what it is. Maybe they'll talk about it this week or next week.
Did you happen to find out whether we have to wait to submit or not?
I sent Andre an email and I have not heard back from him, so I don't know if he's still with the state or not. So I will try to, and they may be getting prepared for next week.
All good. But what Ms. Bohan and I were talking about was going ahead and getting our plan and submitting it for November of 2017's elections, which would be constitutional amendments and a city election. City and school, Wichita Falls and Wichita Falls ISD would be what we'd be doing there. But she's not sure that you don't have to wait and submit it within a specified time frame. Can't be that early.
So are you saying that this November election is off?
Well, no, we haven't decided, but we're running out of decision time on that, but I'd kind of gotten the feeling we had.
Do we need to make an official declaration, or I thought we had decided?
We have not taken any official decision on it. We need to do
Not
that.
vote.
But I want to know the answer to the other,
First.
if that were the case, is whether we could go ahead and finish the plan while we've got everything working, submit all of the information we have now for approval. And part of it we want to see, they may, the legislature could do away with vote centers. I don't think they would go over very well, but they will probably make some significant statutory revision. Or revision meaning we'll get the statute revised in the election law to cover vote centers specifically, hopefully. I don't know.
Well, do you foresee a action that would mandate vote centers, Judge, or just allow them?
I think it's going to allow them. I don't see that they would mandate them. So,
Would like to recognize Miss Bohannon. She just had a birthday this last week.
And?
I'm just going to leave it alone. I'm just going to leave it alone. Just happy birthday,
all right.
Grandma.
Thank you, ma'am. You're speaking tomorrow at noon, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You were going to give me something to tell about you instead of the information Lee Harvey gave me to talk about you?
Remember high school? Yeah.
Anyone else have anything? Commissioners, y'all have anything?
Judge, a great 4th of July weekend. I don't know that we had any major fire challenges like we have had in the past. I'm sure there were the volunteer fire departments respond to a few. And speaking of that, there was a little fire on some of my property on Friday afternoon, and I'll just tell you what, our volunteer fire departments are pretty doggone good, and they do a great job. And we had units from Iowa Park, Burke Burnett, Freeburg Cooper, Pumpkin Center, Electra, Shepherd Air Force Base, and Wichita Falls there. And I am so proud that the city of Wichita Falls is now cooperating with our volunteers out in the country with these grass fires, because as we all know, having been around them, somebody asked me one time, so well, why would the city want to go be involved in that? You want to fight that fire in the country and not when it comes into town.
Ask Electra,
Just ask them.
because that
I'm telling you.
fire came right through
Yeah,
town.
you do not want that. So anytime you can go head one off out in the county, you are miles
St.
ahead.
Joe?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. It
Prime
makes-
example.
It makes tremendous sense. And
Well-
I was so appreciated even John Reese was out there to oversee things and check things out. But
Heck yeah, it's close to his house. He didn't want to
Yeah.
get over there on him.
But I'm just saying, these volunteer fire departments are just tremendous. They do a great service, and these are real public servants, I tell you, that get out and work. And I always am glad to see them coming over the hill when you need them. And they got there pretty quick. But just a great holiday celebration. Lots of communities. We had our fireworks celebration in Iowa Park. I know Burke had one. City of Wichita Falls had one. They were just all around and very enjoyable. And my gosh, as I said earlier, when you can get a rain in July, that's a big deal,
I didn't get a call from Charlotte Spraggins.
which is a big deal. That's a big deal.
Well,
Yes, it is.
I heard there was a misunderstanding on the fire at your place.
What's that?
Well, they thought you were cooking brisket.
Well, I was, but it was the next day.
Yeah.
And I nearly had another one doing that, but that was a whole other deal. No, that was just one of those little accidents that happen from time to time. But I'm telling you, when you call those guys, they don't ask questions. They show up and go to work, and that's a tremendous asset to this community.
And something a lot of people don't realize, that farmers cannot insure their crop against fire. So all his crop that burnt, it's just a total loss for him.
Yeah, but they saved 3 houses, and that would have been a much bigger loss. And
Right.
and it was just a complete accident. It was just a hot spark, and well, you look up and here it comes, and it's happens on a pretty regular
Martin
basis.
said he saw Fred Dwyer over there.
Easy now. Easy.
Anything else in the way of public comment? All right, it is 10:29. Let's take about a 15-minute recess, and we'll move down and go through some budget things.
We need our books.
Yeah, you need all of your